All right, I am Sifu KL Brown. I am the head instructor of Sweatbox. I am joined here by one of my favorite clients, Wolverine, aka Stacy Biko, who's been training with me for about 7 years now, on and off. And we're going to demonstrate to everybody out there in YouTube land, and also all of my class goers and new clients, how to wrap your hands in the most basic manner to protect your wrists and the bones in your hands. When you break your hands, you're more than likely to break these metacarpals right here, okay? And they tend to snap up, so you want to wrap your hands down. First thing you do is purchase 180-inch Mexican style hand wraps, okay? This is what I prefer, okay? So we're going to start with our hands spread as wide as we can. We loop the thumb. We go from thumb to pinky. Now there are variations on how to do this, but this is the way that I prefer. And so everybody, if you just kind of follow along this pattern, you can't go wrong. And as you get used to doing it again and again, you can make little modifications depending on if you want more support in your wrist or if you want the support in your knuckles or across the hand. So the first thing we do, we go loop from thumb to pinky. Underneath the wrist once, we go twice, a little bit lower, we go 3 times, and if you have a smaller wrist, we'll go even a 4th time. So most women tend to have smaller bones, smaller wrists than us guys. So I'll be a little bit more liberal with the wrap. Now we're going to come up past the pinky, wrap the knuckles. This area from here to here, we're going to go around once, keep the fingers spread, because if you close them while you're wrapping, you can cut your circulation off. We'll go twice, and before I do another time, I'm going to ask Stacy to make a fist. Make a fist, and then open your hand back up to make sure it's not too tight. Excellent. Now I'm going to go around a 3rd time. Excellent. Now I'm going to go around, because her hand's a little smaller, a 4th time. Keep those fingers nice and spread. After I've done 4 around the knuckles to give her sufficient padding, I'm going to go back down across the hand, and then I'm going to go over the thumb. I'm going to make a little loop around the thumb, and then tie her thumb to her wrist. You see that? Now I'm going to go back up, and I start my weave. So after I do the wrist, I do the knuckles. So I have 4 in the wrist, 4 in the knuckles, loop the thumb. This is your anchor. Now we're going to go pinky down. There's the first weave. Then we go ring finger, middle finger, down. There's the second weave. And then we go index finger, down. Excellent. That's your 3rd weave. Now we want to tie this weave together. Bam! Right around the knuckles 1 time. Back down around the hand, make the letter X. If you want to continue and you need a little bit more around your hand, you can go around again and then back down, and then here's the wrist. Finish, nice and tight. Bam, make a fist. Good job. How does that feel? Go like that, Wolverine. Go like that. Close it. Good. How does it feel? Good. Now we're going to do her other hand, okay? And we're going to get a little bit closer up so that you get used to seeing me do this again and again. So take this hand out of view so that everybody gets a chance to watch it twice. So we take our 180-inch Mexican style boxing hand wraps. We go from thumb to pinky. Remember, when you go opposite hand, you got to go opposite direction. So now we're working on her right hand. We go the opposite way. Okay, so we go around the wrist once, and then we go twice, and then we go 3 times, giving her a nice base, and we'll go 1 more time. Excellent. Now we're going to get those knuckles. Keep the hand spread. Let's go around the knuckles once. There we go. Twice. And let's only go 3 times around the knuckles. Why? Because remember I told you there are variations, so I'm going to show you another variation now. So now we go down. Let's anchor the thumb, tie it to the wrist, and everything else is the same. So we just have about that much more wrap to work with now to give Wolverine a little bit of extra support on her wrists, for those of you with really weak wrists. There's our weave. We do 3 on the weave. Back of the hand, let's tie the weave together just like we did on the other side. Now we go around the hand 1 time. Let's make the letter X. Another X. We come down. Give a little bit of extra wrist wrap. Once, twice. Here's that little bit of extra wrap we have. Bang it out. So they should feel similar. That's right. Other side, similar. But I just gave it a little bit more wrist support on this hand, a little bit more knuckle support on that hand. The choice is yours in terms of what you want to do. So that's wrapping your hands 101, the most basic wrap we have in Sweatbox. Good job. All right. Time. I'm sitting here with 2012 New England 132-pound Golden Glove champion Misty Gray, who's also a Sweatbox Angel and has been training for about 5 months now. What we're going to do is show you how to wrap your hands at the advanced level. So I've already shown you the most basic wrap with Wolverine Stacy, aka Stacy. I'm going to show you how we do it in PNC, because Misty uses her hands not just on the bag, not just on the pads, but also in the ring and when she's sparring. And there are a million ways you can hurt your hand, break your hand, hitting someone else bone on bone. So we have to be extra special care. We have to take extra special care to protect her hands. These are her tools when she is engaged in training and in combat. And if she breaks these tools, she could be out 6 to 8 weeks, and that could really wreck her training. So we want to make sure we wrap our hands extra protective. So we're going to start with athletic tape. We go on around the wrist once, loosen it up a little bit, twice, 3, just to give her a base on her wrist, 4 times. And then we're going to come up around her hand, spread the hand nice and wide, once, tying the metacarpals down, twice, 3, and then we finish off on the wrist, pull it. How's that feel? And then always check your tape, because you don't want to tape too tight and cut the circulation off. So now that we have the base, the tape base, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap our hands, very similar to the way we wrap Stacy's, with one minor exception. So we take the thumb loop, put it on Misty's thumb, we go around once, twice, 3 times on the wrist. Now we're going to come up around the knuckles. We're going to go once around the knuckles, and then we're going to take our gauze, okay, to give Misty some extra padding around her knuckles, extra support here, and we tape it down, okay? We loop it down once, twice. Now what that gauze does, it gives you extra support, and the reason that I didn't apply the gauze directly to her skin is we want to be able to use these maybe 2 or 3 times, okay, before bacteria starts settling into the gauze and you have to throw it out and get new gauze. But this helps so that you don't have to use gauze every single time. Now, if gauze is plentiful for you, you can switch it out every session, okay? But depending on how much you sweat, you know, Misty might use this 2 or 3 times and then chuck it and get a new gauze pad for her hand. Then we'll go down around the hand, we'll loop the thumb 1 time, tie it to the wrist, and then we start our weave. Once, twice, check it. There you go. Always make a fist every once in a while. Make sure you're not cutting off circulation. Very good. Now we're going to tie the weave together after we've done all the fingers, just like we did on Stacy's hand. Now we go down, we make an X around the hand. It's looking really good here. Another X, and then we're going to finish down around the wrist. Pound it out. Very good. That's our advanced wrap. So once again, that's wrapping your hands, a slightly more advanced way of doing it. If you're doing a lot of bag work, getting a lot of rounds in, or if you're sparring, that's how we do it in Sweatbox. And once again, if you're interested in training and starting a program just like Misty did a few months ago, log on to our website, www.sweatbox.com. We'd love to have you join the way.